Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is a Bishop, the Tier 5 British SPG, and we're on the south spawn of Lakeville. Now this particular Bishop has been seen before by you. Yes, it's being commanded by M5 Multitronic Unit, who actually went by a different name a while back. But we can see that it's got the name Heroes on the side, and it's got a Don't Tread on Me sticker on the side of the turret saying, yep, for the snake. I think that's a reference to the fact that this particular player is warning the others to stay clear of him. Anyway, let's have a look and see how he gets on in this battle. Now, most of you know the Bishop actually is quite a short range Arty. It's very accurate, very, very accurate, especially if you've got a gun laying drive and a rammer. You can pump out very accurate shots a lot of the time and cause no end of grief to the enemy. Okay, he's gone a little bit east and he's aiming. Let's have a look. Well, he can aim to the gap where the enemy normally hides to do spotting early on in battles. But he can't hit over there, it's too far, but he can hit into this little gap here from this position, and he can fire into the town as well. And he's just having a quick look. Yes, there's a target he can hit, and of course the shells come in almost parabolically. They're almost coming in vertically on top of the enemy. So once he's dialed in on a target, he can't hide behind a house because his shots are going to hit. And he got a lovely hit there, 166 hit points, and the M4 has been taken out. Now we've got a T-37 going through the town. Oh, he gets a lovely, and that's on the fly. That was a total chance shot, but he managed to get him, and he got him right near the driver. You can see the yellow mark on the front of his tank. That T-37 obviously took a pretty big hit, and it may have actually damaged his driver, and the T-37 has been taken out by the Panther M10. Right, we're looking at the pass, and nope, there's nothing he can hit there. And I'm not sure if he can hit that heavy tank number 6. I think it's outside his range. He's got a grey line. That indicates that he can't fire that far. You can see on the arc there that there's a considerable area that he can't hit at the moment. Just out of range. I'm not sure if he wants to go back towards the cap because there's some enemy tanks making their way there, and there's only an FV304 now defending that little pass, and I don't think he'll last very long because he's got a KV4 or KV1 one side and an M4 the other, and so I suspect he's going to die. Managed to get a hit there on the KV1, but only one hit point, and yes, the FV304 has been taken out by a T-34-85. He managed to get another hit, and he's got a fire on the KV1. He set fire to it. Now he got 133 hit points off that fire. Okay, now if that IKV-103 would come back to defend the cap, he can spot for M5, and then he'll actually know exactly where his shots need to go. But at the moment there's nobody spotting the tanks, the enemy tanks near the cap. Right, now somebody in there, somebody's in the cap. Now I suspect that that's the T-34-85, and we'll know in a second because the Stritzmann M4257, that Tier 6 autoloader, is coming back. Okay, there's an M4. Round out, gets a hit. 134 hit points, 2 critical hits. And he's taken out of the game by the Panther M10. KV1, hiding just behind the cap. I don't think he wants to come too far close because otherwise he will get hit. Now that round missed, but there is another tank over to the side. Yes, that's the T-34-85, hiding behind the oil tanks, trying to defend them, but unfortunately that didn't work out too well for him. Panther M10 got him as well. There's the KV1. He's side on. He must be absolutely mad. Oh dear, why did he do that? He was presenting the easiest shot to anyone who wanted to hit him, and he got taken out of the game. Now that KV1, 191 hit points, and he's out of the game now. Right, now it's just a question of dealing with the remaining enemy, and another one's turned up. Now it's the M44. The enemy Arty has turned up. Okay, now that round missed, but he can get another one very shortly. That's the great thing about the Bishop. It's got a very fast reload. If he can put a shell into that cockpit, that tank's dead. And he does, and it is. 280 hit points. Beautiful shot. Just shows the effectiveness of that round going into a cockpit, an open cockpit. It can wipe out what's there. Especially if it's a TD. Right, round out on the Leo. Oh, it's going to fall short, but he still did 32 hit points and one critical hit. I think he tracked him, so it looks like he's burned his repair kit. Now he can put a round over that rock, which is not going to be nice for the Leo because there's nowhere he can hide from a Bishop. And it's at maximum range. You can see the fact that the reticule is flattened. It's now ovoid. That shows that it's at maximum range. Oh, and he's killed the Leo in a blind shot. That Leo never saw him. Never had an inkling, and in fact actually he was unsighted at the time, but M5 managed to work out exactly where he was and put a shell into him at range. Now, a Dicker Max has been seen defending the Lake Road, and he has managed to kill off most of the enemy that came up that way, or at least came up round through the town. So they're now, the score's fairly even, not completely even. They do have a one tank advantage, and it is one of their mediums. The fact that that medium, the Panther M10, and of course that Panther M10 does have some kills already. In fact, he is the score leader. He's got a top gun. Now M5 is trying to move himself to a position where he can offer support to his team. But it's going to be difficult because A, he's got all those buildings and he's got the mountains in the way. But he can fire over the top of the mountains, thank God. Firing around in there, but unfortunately the T29 is out of range and he's just taken out the IKV-103. And there's all that water in the way. Now he can get a shot in the T29 now. Oh no, he's got a red line. That means the cliff, the mountain is in the way. It's in the way of the trajectory. Now he can fire at it. He's moved back a bit so he can actually loop the shell over the top. But unfortunately now it's just that T29 on the enemy team against 4. Okay. T29 is defending that, is defending the pass through. Now M5 is moving up as much as he can, getting as close as he can. Whilst he's moving, no, he's had to stop to have a look. Can he put a shot in? Yes, he can. But unfortunately, it misses the target. It's not fully aimed. And the T29 was moving. He's trying to pick off the weaker opponents. Now he's managed to kill the KV-1, and he's coming round the corner trying to get that AMX 1375. Now M5 needs to watch out here because he's in the open and he might be spotted, although the T29 is pretty blind as a bat at short range, at long range. Short range, he's very deadly. No, he's lost sight of him there. There's nobody actually spotting the T29 at the moment. And the unfortunate thing about the Bishop is it's got a fairly short range as well. Panther, oh no, the Panther went down to the T29. Ouch, that's hurt. Yeah, the view range for a Bishop is only 250 meters, so it's more than likely the T29's going to see him before he sees the T29. So he's going to make his way around, I think, through the out to the outskirts of the town, and hope that the AMX can spot for him. So he can then do a bit of sport, because he's got to get into cover though for the meanwhile, because otherwise if that T29 spots him, he's dead. And there's only 2 of them versus that T29, and he is still around about at least half his hit points left, maybe even actually 2/3 of his hit points. Okay, M5's going to make his way through the town, come out the other side, and then hopefully the AMX can go forward and look for the target. I don't think the T29 is going to be inclined to go to the other end and try to start capping. The big worry for him if he did that would obviously be that all the AMX would have to go and do is come around and put the occasional shell into him whilst M5 caps at the other end, and there's nothing that T29 can do. He wouldn't be able to take out the 1375, who would just run away the moment he comes. Okay, FV304 is saying if he caps, and the AMX saying I will reset, and the 5916 says if he will come back, and the M5 says I have no hope to hit him unless he's lit up. Well, that's quite true, unless of course the M5 can see the target. He can't do anything about it, and he can't really expose himself by trying to get moved closer, because he's more likely going to be seen first by, and there's the T29. He is in the cap. Right, 1375 has to do a reset. He has to get to maximum view range and try and spot the T29 and put a shell into him just to get a reset. Only needs to hit him on the tracks. That's enough to do a reset. Doesn't actually have to do much damage, just a critical hit. Okay, and in the meantime the Bishop is going to go straight to the cap. In fact, actually the M5 is saying MX cap. No, actually that's a mistake. You can't cap. You haven't got the time to do that, to get round to the cap and to cap out before the T29. The AMX does need to do a reset whilst M5 caps. And the FP304 is saying that Bishop get on cat to get timer ahead after reset. And Bishop said yes, affirmative. He's quite correct. The FP304 has got the hang on this. He knows exactly what's right. You've got to cap whilst your other teammate gets a reset. And that should be fairly simple, because the AMX 1375 can have a much better view range than the T29. Right, okay, he's in the cap now. Now he needs to get the reset. AMX 1375, it's all on you now. Get the reset. He's only got 14 seconds. I think he's trying to get a defender's medal at the same time. He realizes that the longer he leaves it, the more likely he's going to get a defender. 3, 2, yes, he's got a reset. That means he's definitely got a defender medal, and he's far enough ahead now. The M5 is far enough ahead on the cap. There's no way that T29 can win, because he can't get round here in time before the cap completes. So all the 1375 has to do now is run away, and he's got a defender medal. Oh, he's taken out the 1375. Oh, ouch. But at least the 1375 has the honour of a defender medal, and he knows that M5 is going to be able to cap out before the T29 reaches the cap, and M5 is firing a few rounds in. He ought to move a little further back. That's the 2-minute warning. In fact, what he ought to do is hide behind one of those wrecks, and I think that's exactly what he's doing. In fact, actually the 1375 is saying that as well. Hide behind a wreck. That makes it much more difficult for the enemy to spot you. And if you're up close to that wall, it means he has to come further around that corner. And he can be seen, and you can put a shell into him. That's it. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's won! Nicely done, M5. You're the last one left alive other than the T29, and the T29 couldn't get back in time, so you win. And that's an Invader as well, I believe. So let's have a look. And so according to this, it's also saying a win 8 of 3579. So that's a very high one for M5. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's a first class tanker for M5 Multitronic unit in the Bishop. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He picked up 10 in that battle. And he picked up a Raider. Nobody spotted him during the entire battle. He was never seen once by the enemy team. And therefore, he got the stealth badge, the Raider Invader. That means that, yes, extra stealthy. And of course he picked up the Invader badge because he managed to cap out and get at least 80 cap points. So well done indeed, M5. That was a brilliant demonstration of how effective the Arty can be if he works in coordination with his other teammates. Right, well, he didn't come top on damage, 1,708 hit points, but he did come second. And when it came to kills, well, he came third with 2. Very nice indeed. And when it came to base XP, he came second with 775. The Panther M10, who was with his top gun, was doing a lot of damage. He actually managed to pick up the high caliber as well, as we can see there. When it came to the details, well, he fired 21 rounds. He got 7 direct hits, 7 penetration, 4 splash, damage of 1,708 hit points, of which 1,401 were at more than 300 meters. He hit 7 of the enemy, but he only destroyed 2 of them. But he did do damage assistance of 88 hit points. And of course, he managed to cap out and get 100 capture points. On a standard account, he earned 23,262 credits. And after ammunition resupply, which of course is really cheap in a Bishop, he still had 21,734 credits, which is brilliant work. That's twice what you'd normally expect in a win at this tier. And he received base XP of 775, but he did have a personal missions payout going on as well, to 233 on that. So he took away 1,132 experience points in total. So well done, M5 Multitronic units. You've proved yet again that Arty can be the MVP if they remain alive and manage to cap out and the enemy can't find you. So well done. If you enjoyed this replay, please give us a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.